Hello， 大家好，歡迎嚟到 Pathwayjazz Drum Channel， 我係 Felix。今日我哋好榮幸咧請到本地嘅一個知名嘅鼓手 Michael
Salcedo。Hello everyone。
同埋得到佢嘅邀請啦，咁佢嘅好拍檔，我哋請到Jezrael。Yes。Hi。好啦，咁我哋咧今日請到我哋第一位嘅嘉賓阿 Mike。阿 Mike，Hi。How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
You're good. So we're so honored to have you and Jezrael to be our first guest in this drum channel as the first drummer.
Oh, great.
Yeah, you are drummers of one metal band, the Shepherds the Weak.
Yes, Shepherds the Weak.
Another band is a jazz band with Carpio Brothers and Jezrael.
Yeah. Basically, it's Carpio Brothers Quartet.
Yeah. Can you talk a little bit about your music and how you changing from metal and jazz and now you keep both? Yeah, it's quite difficult, I think.
At first, it's kind of difficult, yeah. But I basically started playing drums. I think it was 18, and the reason is because I saw Metallica's drummer Lars Ulrich. Oh yeah, Lars Ulrich.
Yeah.
I really like the way he played in this concert. I think it's San Diego '92.
Yeah.
On VHS.
Yeah, yes.
And when I saw that, I said I want to play drums. So I started playing more rock and metal.
Yes.
And then, long story short, I met these guys. I met Chris and Bernard Carpio, and I also met Jez.
Yes.
And they basically really influenced me in a lot of like jazz music, fusion stuff.
Yeah. So, how is it when you met them? But there's a time like you start playing jazz, but it's a very different thing from playing metal. Like the volume, the touch, or the sound, everything is like wow.
The time that I decided to shift gears is when I start going for freelancing in music, because I used to work in a restaurant.
Yes, yes.
And then when I met them, it took a few years for me to decide that I think I want to do this.
Yes.
So I left the restaurant business, and then I started freelancing. But at the beginning, it wasn't easy.
Yeah.
Because I had to do my homework. Because since as a metal drummer, I had to know how to learn how to play with dynamics.
Yes.
And really, knowing what song I'm gonna play. And I feel like for jazz music or for fusion music, it kind of opened my mind.
Yes.
Because like Jezrael, he always creates every moment, every time I play with him. But at first, we weren't playing together at first, because I had to do my own. He was already, doing a lot of session work and stuff. And for me, sort of just kind of like an introduction to many things. But it took a lot of studying and patience.
Yeah. So after you start playing jazz, but you still keep playing metal.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. For my jazz part, I would probably say it's somewhere in the jazz and funk idiom. Jazz funk. Because I still feel today like if I feel like I'm still playing the introduction of jazz.
Yeah.
Because jazz is so like to study jazz. You need to concentrate and really study, the history and everything.
Yeah.
And still to this day, of course, if I have the chance to practice, I would normally practice it. And I learned from these guys. So I really appreciate them for giving me a chance to kind of swing a little bit. Because sometimes it's very hard to. There are times where it's really hard for me to switch. Like it happened to me before the day before playing with with Jazz or with Chris. I think I did a metal show, and then the next day, like I had to wake up in the morning and then listen to maybe some jazz music, maybe some Coltrane or some Miles Davis, just to be in tune, But for a while, as soon as I play with them, Jazz would always give me some tips. So we'd like to share also, like, it's not only just the drummers that you need to check out, it's also other musicians as well.
So in the process, you mean the listening part is really important for you to learn jazz music. It's different from metal playing.
It's actually the same. It's just a different dynamic. But the only thing about jazz music also depends on what kind of jazz music as well, because it has a lot of branches. But mostly jazz has there's improvisation. But probably maybe Jess can explain more on the jazz side. What do you think, Jess?
It's at the end of the day, whatever music you play, it's all about communication with other players. Whether it's jazz or metal or any kind of thing. And I guess for me, it's always about learning fundamentals. You have to listen all the time so that you will grasp the behavior of different musicians, not just drummers, but what the question that I would always ask myself is what the other people is doing. What are what's the guitar players doing? What the bass player is doing? Because that would really inform you where is the direction of the music.
Yeah, that's right. Lots of people, like I say, listen to the music, listen. Can you explain a little bit more, like what details maybe some musicians they have to learn to listen so that they can grow, or in their learning process they can learn better than only like just reading the chart or just repeating some technical stuff.
The thing, like most of us, most of my peers, we learn music through just listening to the radio when we're very young, when we were a kid. That's where we started at first. We never really learned through books. Not until like I started reading, I think probably maybe 32 years old, I guess, when I was 32. As soon as I became a freelancing musician, that's where I started to really focus on knowing like notations and everything like that. But at the beginning, it's just pure listening and pretty much the music that you like. Obviously. I mean, why did I say that? Because there's a lot of misunderstanding, because some people, like, when they want to play an instrument, they tend to overthink. A lot of, like, where do I start? But basically, to tell you the truth, is just really listening to the music at first. And as normally when you listen to music, it's either you tap your foot, you bob your head, or you you dance.
Yeah.
And that's the start. And yeah, lots of listening, and then probably you get to decide, okay, which one I want to learn. Should I learn guitar? Should I learn piano? Should I learn drums? It's really depends on the person.
Thank you for this sharing. So now you like playing in both the jazz world and the metal world, hard rock. Is it like very difficult to like switch between this week is metal, next week is jazz?
At first, I try to play tricks on my mind, basically. Like try to, like to challenge myself in a fascinating way. Like I want to challenge myself. Like, okay, let me play metal this week, and then next week, okay, I'm gonna play with these guys. Let me see if I can, come up for the challenge. But as soon as you're getting mature, I tend to think it's nice to actually just play what you really like.
Yeah.
At some point. Of course, I mean, for a session musician, we're always open. You can't be a session player if you're not open-minded.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Maybe you just can explain more.
Well, a lot of it comes from liking what you're listening. Again, switching, I don't think it's that difficult. It's because if you like a certain style of music, then it's kind of normal for you. It's like you're eating food. Like, today you're eating steak, and the next day you're eating vegetable salad or something like that. So it's the same. The taste won't really go away. It's just a different feeling that you get for each dish, right? So it's the same thing with music. When you play music, as soon as the beat starts, rolling, once you start counting out, then that's it. That's on. There's no ifs and buts. You just have to feel it. But it's for me, it's easy because you're enjoying what you do.
Yeah.
So there's no difficulty in switching. I think the misconception is that whatever instrument you play, is you learn this technical stuff first. Like you learn the lick, you learn this very, beautiful lick from Vini Colaiuta, and then the problem is you don't know where to put it. That would become that will haunt you while you're playing, because like you're playing a groove and then you're thinking about the 5-stroke roll that you learned like the day before, right?
Yes.
So, like, instead of that, just listen to things that you like and like the thing that you're playing. And then you're not gonna have a hard time switching.
I see. Can you like demonstrate a little bit like what you just talked about, like how you get both the metal groove and the swing of jazz funk groove?
Okay. Basically, I'll play in between, in between the styles, but basically, like what you'll see is just change of dynamics, really.
I see.
But of course, I mean, you have to practice.
Yes.
In order for you to be relaxed and not to even think about it.
Yeah.
Because I used to overthink a lot, and it really ruins my playing. Even before, like when I'm playing metal, like not even playing with Jezrael, but even before that, when I'm playing a gig, I try to reflect myself and see, I always worry, Yeah. I mean, it's normal, right? But the thing is, like, okay, for example, I'm playing like a skank beat, like in a fast punk beat, and then in my head, I'm thinking like, here it comes, let's go. That part actually, it already ruins everything. And
muscle tense up.
And you tense up, and in metal, it's just it's power and speed.
Yeah.
And also, you have to be smart as well, depending on the venue.
Yeah.
Because if it's a big venue, you don't want to injure yourself.
Yeah.
You know, it's the musicians and the sound guys.
Yeah.
You know, so that one, like if you're playing metal and if you think playing hard is cool, well, you have to be careful.
Yeah.
You can't play hard all the time. And you want to be careful with, you know, tendinitis.
Yeah.
It's for drummers as well.
Yeah.
And then, okay, so anyway, I'll show a demonstration in between. I'll play like a fast metal beat, and then I'll try my best to switch on maybe a funk, and then maybe a swing. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, so yeah, we're just gonna play a little bit of metal-ish, and then see what happens. We'll try to do some transition. Okay, here we go.
Thank you.